Have you ever considered how you show up? Well, here to dive into this huge topic of conversation with me is the team from Beta. We've got Mike and Ryan on the couch today. Welcome to the studio. So good to have you both here. So first of all, tell us about Beta, because you guys are doing something really different, right? Mike?
We are doing something very different, and we are helping people feel different. That's the premise of Beta in a nutshell. It all started 2.5 years ago as the first lockdown came in, and I was seeing what was happening, right? Like I was going, okay, this has happened, this will start happening again. It's a movement, right? It's a movement of constriction, of control, and all of those sorts of things. And I'm an auctioneer, Ryan's an engineer, we've got lots of day jobs that we do, but I could see I needed to put something out into the world. I needed to put something out online. I wanted to have that process, and Ryan and I both met doing our breathwork, our rebirthing breathwork study together, and so we went really deep into the depths of ourselves. And so I sat with it and thought, I want to come up with a product. So I rang Ryan straight away and said, hey, look, what do you think about creating a supplement? And he goes, it's on my 5-year plan, but let's pull it forward. Let's go.
That's incredible. So what was that moment like when you got that call and it was something that really aligned deeply with who you are as well, and it was already in your plan? Was that one of those freaky moments in history?
Well, it's one of those things that was just meant to be. For me, and the way in which I work, it's either a heck yes or a heck no. And so I know instantly whether or not I'm going to put all my energy into something. And as soon as the offer was there, it was just a heck yes, let's do it. How can we make this happen? What's the process? What's the steps? How can we actually bring what we want to create to the world?
And so your product itself, behind it, you've got the company Beta, which is about innovative wellbeing and how you help people manage their state. So there's a bit of biochemistry going on in the brain, state management, but there's a deeper underlying factor in this company. So tell me about the heart of what you do.
Oh yeah, so the heart is ultimately how can we expand as many people as possible? How can we help people find that spark that we know is inside everyone, right? What different avenues, what arms, what products, what tools can we put out into the world that have helped us insurmountably over the last 5 years become the men that we are today? And how do we put them into bite-sized pieces for people to start absorbing, start seeing the world through a different lens that they've been taught and programmed and given and hold on to because they don't know any different. And so the products themselves, these are amazing. They're the brainchild of Ryan. He's a naturopath. He studied naturopathy for 3 years.
Wow.
So they're all our own creation. And then when we started putting these together, you were just like, well, I'm going to create a product for us. And then what was my ultimate goal? Yeah.
Oh, that's so fantastic. So I come from a family of, my father was a naturopath as well. So I absolutely understand the concept of let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food, which is obviously that core principle underneath. But when I heard you mention the term engineer, my first thought is you guys are talking about personal transformation, something which is often quite hard for men to discuss, firstly. Secondly, there's a strong analytical line or leaning towards analytical thinking with the brain, and yet you're both talking, and I've spoken to you before filming, there's a lot of heart-centric language in the way that you both perceive and see the world. How does that fight with the analytical brain? How do you blend the two?
I think it's just showing up authentically. I have an ability to be able to understand both sides in the left and the right brain. Working as an engineer actually made me a better naturopath because I could understand all the different mechanisms in the body. I could understand how things communicate, how things work together, so that when it comes to designing a product, everything works so synergistically because there is that analytical aspect of it, while also like having the naturopathic aspect of it where you're letting the product communicate to you what actually needs to be.
How fantastic. So I want to jump back to you as well. You were talking about the impact of COVID and the lockdowns. And of course that really heightened people's cortisol levels and the anxieties. How do products like this that you've created, before we jump into them, how do products like this potentially support our way through navigating out of COVID and those stresses and anxieties that came with that time?
Well, first of all, it's about having something natural. It's getting off the pharmaceuticals. That is a huge problem in this world. Like the pharmaceutical giants that are, I mean, we on the expo circuit, we literally get to speak to about 600 to 1,000 people a weekend, in every city of this country. So we really get an idea of the sense of the energy and the people and sleep. I mean, we knew it was a challenge, but we didn't realize how big of a challenge it is for most people. And we're having conversation with people that have been on Zoplicone for 20 years. They've been on pharmaceutical medical sleep aids for 10, 15, 20 years. Like, what sort of doctor in their right mind thinks that they are helping someone by keeping them on those paths, right, of pharmaceuticals? So firstly, it's going natural, and it's finding the things that work and resound and align with you. This isn't a product that everyone's going to put into their daily, but the ones that are searching for it will find it, and the ones that will find it and get the benefits from it are going to understand that this is the route, that you don't have to be on this one-way track thinking of your GP puts you as a prescription to go get a pill to then go and get some rest.
Ryan, with your naturopath hat on, do you think that's potentially the reason why people are stuck on these big pharma products, which still do have some value for some people, of course? Yep. Do you think it's because people are scared to ask for an alternative?
I think it's just the education aspect. It's like you go into a doctor and they don't really educate you on the lifestyle tools and techniques that you can also implement and the other options that are out there. It's just like a doctor has a very short amount of time with you. They have the best intention at heart, but they only can give you the option they have, right? Whereas they're not educated on nutrition. They're not educated on the lifestyle tools and techniques that you can actually implement to like improve your sleep quality, to help cycle your circadian rhythm. And it's like, that's what we're trying to do different. Is on the back of every single one of our packets, there is actually lifestyle tools, techniques, all these different things that you can actually start to integrate into your life.
Wow, that's so amazing. So while you're leaders in innovation in this nutrition supplementation space, it's also about that holistic picture of wellbeing. Would that be fair? Oh,
absolutely. I mean, we run a free 28-day state change program. So both Ryan and I obviously are certified breathwork facilitators. We study 9 months on a particular breathwork called rebirthing. And that's been the biggest drastic change in our entire life of going in deep into our own self, right? Facing off with ourself. And that's what we all kind of avoid and step to the side of. So when we run the state change program, it's free. It's our flagship program. So everyone that buys a product gets an entrance into that program. And it's a 4-week program that we go through. We go through healthy gut microbiome strategies. We go through movement strategies. We go through mental health, the 4 states of being: the mental, the physical, the energetic, and the emotional. And we finish off with a rebirthing breath work at the end, which really helps you shift that emotion, which is energy and motion, which is stuck within the body, because we're the only animals that don't shake off our energy as we kind of like move through something, right? So we have this whole plethora of different tools and processes that we are helping people, and again, it's free, and it always will be free, because we just want to get this message and try and help as many people as possible.
That's amazing. That is so cool. I'm sold. I want it. Yeah. So let's talk about the products themselves. Yep. You've got 2 signature products that you've first launched. So talk me through the products.
Yeah, for sure. So let's start with Focus. So Focus is a cognitive enhancer. It's got a combination of different medicinal herbs, mushrooms, different amino acids that help to manage stress, to help improve cognition in the moment through like working on the dopamine and acetylcholine systems. There's different herbs in there that help with energy and vitality, helping reduce fatigue. And then we're also looking at like long-term cognitive health. So there's a product in there called lion's mane, which is a medicinal mushroom, and that helps with something called neuroregeneration. So it's actually helping improve the way in which the brain communicates, like through the synapses.
So interesting. So I've been doing a lot of research into adult ADHD, because I have already convinced myself that I probably have ADHD, and it seems there's a higher rate of undiagnosed people finding out in adulthood that perhaps there's something a little bit different going on. My understanding is a lot of those ingredients are used by naturopaths to support people who may be experiencing similar symptoms. Is that right?
Yeah, L-tyrosine is one of them. So that's one of the products that we have in our Focus blend, and it's been shown in clinical trials to help support just the reduction in procrastination for people that are diagnosed with ADHD.
Yeah, right. And so whether you are or not,
Yeah.
I think it could help everybody, right? Because most people I know tend to have a leaning towards procrastinating in life, putting off hard tasks.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like there's so much distractions in the world. It's like we have a constant distraction on us all the time,
Yes.
and that's our phone. And it's always pulling us towards it because we're always searching for dopamine. So it's like if we can take products that actually help to naturally balance our dopamine levels throughout the day, it means we're not going to be drawn so much into addictive behavior.
I love it. I love it. Now tell me about product number 2.
So sleep. I mean, this is outselling Focus by 10 to 1. It really is just it's shooting through. So this has got kava, magnesium, L-theanine, beryllium, passion flower, and chamomile. All the things that you know are going to put together, but all therapeutic doses, and it tastes amazing as well. So this kava being a natural sedative just slows you down, slows your thoughts down. The passion flower, valerian, chamomile puts you into the deeper state. So what we're doing is we're actually increasing your REM sleep. So that's the resting and rejuvenating sleep that you're going to get to help you wake up feeling more bouncy in the morning. We're getting some customers of ours send us their sleep watches. They've gone from 25 minutes to an hour and a quarter of REM sleep just after a week of taking our sleep. So,
That's incredible.
Yeah. And they both taste amazing. They're both sugar-free. And they just really are incredible products. When we put them together, it was... When you create a company, when you create a product, are you going to create something that's already there and try and outmarket them, or are you going to spend the time and effort on creating something that's the best in the market and then let it speak for itself? And we went the latter. That's why we researched and developed for 2 years before we even launched them 5 months ago.
That's just incredible. I think what you are both doing, there's such a need for it in the market, and the fact that there's such a big heart behind it and a reason why, I think is so important. So thank you so much for this incredible product that you're bringing into the market, because I know for a fact, by the sounds of it, and I haven't even tried it yet, but as soon as I do, I'm sure it will change people's life one cup at a time.
That's it. There you go. We're going to go have some now. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Well, look, thank you so much. Before we head away, where can people find you online or at events? Where can people find you best? How can they connect?
We're everywhere. You can just go to betabrand.com. So everything's on our website, or if you want to find us through any socials, it's at betabrand. And that's pretty much simply it. Buy one of our products, you're going to get entrance into the state change program for free, or if you just want to come and join, give us a shout. We'll get you into the next one.
Amazing. Well, Michael, Ryan, thank you so much. You guys are incredible.
Thank you very much.
Kia ora.
Cheers.